Howdy, partners. This is the In a Slice podcast. I'm your old pal, NATO.
I'm Will.
And I'm Tyler.
Is that all you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not a rootin' tootin' shootin' machine?
Cowboy.
No.
Okay then.
Okay. Well, that sort of puts a damper on things.
Yeah.
This is the Red Dead cast.
Yeah, pretty much. So this is the 7th In a Slice podcast.
It's October 30th.
We're going to talk nonstop about Red Dead Redemption 2, I think.
Yeah, we can't help it. We're all playing it. We're all loving it.
Nonstop. Just nonstop.
So, speaking of which, I have basically not been eating since this game came out. I've been eating just like whatever I can make really quick and just munch on while I'm playing the game, which has been playing hell with my body. Like, I feel like shit.
You need to eat to survive.
I know.
I think if Red Dead 2 can teach you anything, it's that you need to eat to survive.
Gotta keep them cores up.
Yeah, my cores are real low right now.
Oh, God.
So, how are you guys liking the game? Enjoying it? Yeah?
So someone else asked me this yesterday while I was at work, and I just gave them a thumbs up and walked away. To which their response was, yeah, that's about right.
I feel like we're finally into the holiday swing when it comes to AAA releases now. I didn't really feel like there was nothing crazy going on at the time.
I mean, I guess...
Assassin's Creed Odyssey kind of apparently jump-started it, but this is like everyone is talking about this and loving this game.
Yes, it's true. Like, I had like one or two people tell me about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, it's pretty good. But no, Red Dead, everyone's like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's Red Dead. Oh my God. Yeah.
And if you can quiet the Call of Duty hype in the manner that it has been just silenced, I mean, you've got an amazing game.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys know the meme where like it shows Homer in a bar and then, everyone usually puts pictures over everyone else? And
Yeah.
So it's like, I've been noticing like, it's like me and then everyone else is just like pictures of just the Red Dead and like that everyone's talking about it. I feel bad for all the PC gamers right now.
Well, luckily I own both.
Yeah, true.
It's not like it's not going to come to PC either.
Right, it's just going to
Because-
do the standard Rockstar wait a year and, oh look, we actually
Yeah.
are bringing it
They
to
did.
PC.
They did the same thing with Grand Theft Auto 5. They
Right.
said, "Oh, it's not going to come to PC," and then I think it was like 6 or 7 months later, they were like, "Oh, by the way, get your PC copy."
Yeah, and this is another way of them just like you said earlier in a conversation, this is another way that Rockstar just prints money, because I'm probably going to buy a copy on PC. Honestly.
For them mods.
Yeah, for the mods. I'll want to mod it.
Well, their modding thing is weird too.
It is kind of weird.
They're very protective of their games.
Almost like Bethesda is.
No, not really.
Bethesda's super crazy when I feel like with
Well,
their mods.
yeah, but you see the things you haven't played with mods on the PC.
Yeah.
You can mod Skyrim to your heart's content and Fallout 4. There's tons of weird stuff out there too that Bethesda would not approve of. On the consoles, that's
Thomas the Train?
very yes.
Choo choo, motherfucker.
Or John Cena the Dragon.
John Cena's the Dragon, yes.
My favorite is Fallout, the Macho Man Randy Savage Death Claws.
Oh, yes.
Yeah!
That's a good one.
But anyways, back to Red Dead. It's so good.
It's fun.
It is. It's just everything. I'm getting so immersed in the world. It's so fantastic.
So
Hold on, before we get too far into this, if anyone's listening, if you haven't played Red Dead, we might be getting into some spoilers. We're not done with the game. I'm still in the second chapter.
We're gonna try not to spoil anything for each other, and the furthest one behind is NATO, which he's like somewhere in the middle of chapter 2.
Yeah, I
think.
would say probably the middle.
So we're probably not going to spoil anything past chapter 2, so if you're past there, you're safe. If you're before there, we're going to spoil everything.
More or less.
Yeah.
Just a heads up. Spoiler warning.
Spoiler alert, we're going to call this the Red Dead Spoiler Cast.
I'm not going to get too much into it because we're not that far into it.
It's true.
But anyways, back to what you were
I
saying.
would say I thought I was enjoying playing Spider-Man, but the level of enjoyment for Spider-Man to this is like off the charts.
When we were at GameStop picking up our copy the next day...
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
There was one guy in front of us who was turning in his Spider-Man game. He's like,
for
Red Dead. He's like, I don't want this anymore. I'm getting Red Dead. And we're like, wow, that's NATO.
Yeah.
It's the older version of NATO.
This is the way I did it.
He was like balding and everything like that too. And like it's just the older version
he went
of you.
there, huh?
Why not?
Need some of that hair tonic from Red Dead place. I don't know.
Good joke.
Yeah. I went for it and it fell flat on its face. Sort of like Tyler when he rides his horse.
Yeah. Oh my god, I am the worst. I feel bad for my horse.
Everywhere you go, like every 10 minutes, Tyler will be just... Every 10 minutes, Tyler will scream and I'll look over and him and his horse will be laid out flat on the ground.
That or I'm like falling down a mountain and the horse is like fell on top of me.
The horse physics are just amazingly ridiculous in this game.
And I love how everyone embraced it.
What do you mean?
Everyone just loves it. Just like it's the internet's getting flooded with just videos of their horse just going derp or running into a rock and they go flying or
that's what I've been doing, running into things that are short that I don't see over the horse.
And just getting
ejected from the horse, or I'll come galloping over the top of a crest. There'll be a horse around the other side, where I run into him and go flying.
And then they get up and they just shoot.
They start shooting you, and it's like, why?
So far into your playthroughs, like where are you guys at with your honor? Like I see Will's just thrown it out the window. He just murders everyone.
My honor is still positive.
I'm very surprised about that.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm doing mostly nice things. But then I'm murdering sometimes. I'm sort of playing it right in the middle. My honor's a little bit positive, but it's pretty much right in the middle still.
Every time I glance over, our TVs are right next to each other in our living room with me and Will. But I'm like headphones in, TV's turned to me, so I'm like, and I have like a 60-inch flat screen TV, and I'm like 2 inches away from the screen. I'm like, so all I can see is that, but every now and then I'll kind of glance over while I'm like waiting for something to happen, and I just see Will like robbing a stagecoach or just straight up murdering people, for no reason, and you're like that because he has to get like $5 because he
look. It's not murdering them for no reason. It's murdering them because I tried to rob them, and then they decided they didn't want to be robbed, and so they start shooting at me, and so then they have to die.
You have no witnesses.
What?
You have a lasso.
Oh yeah, lasso.
I never thought about that. What am I going to do? Hog tie him and leave him on the train tracks?
Yeah,
that's even worse than shooting him.
While you're off to the side of the train tracks going.
I need to do that. That's actually an evil thing I need to do for science.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone did it in Red Dead 1 as well.
I want to say there was a mission to save a girl.
Yeah,
there was. Yeah, it was. I don't remember anything about it. I haven't played the first Red Dead in forever.
It's been a while.
Speaking of which,
learn something. When did Red Dead 1 come out? What was it, like 2008, 2009?
2010, I want to say.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So while I was at work thinking about playing Red Dead, I was bored, and all my YouTube is just literally just like things to do in Red Dead, and I'm just scrolling past them because I don't want to spoil anything I want in the game. And then I saw a video for before you play Red Dead 2, here's a Red Dead 1 recap. I'm like, oh, that'll be interesting. I haven't played the game since it came out. It's been about 6-7 years since I played it personally.
So, and I looked it up, May 18th, 2010. You were right on the dot, NATO.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So,
anyways.
I was watching it, and they're talking about how, like, Red Dead 1 is, like, it fakes out its ending. And how, since the game's been out for almost 10 years now,
yeah, we can spoil the first Red Dead.
So, when John, right? It's John Marston.
Yeah, John Marston.
Yeah, he gets gunned down at the end, and then you take over as his son, correct?
Yes, his
son, Jack. I always thought this was just their mechanic of letting you explore the world, finish up the stranger missions, whatever, but not spoil their storyline.
Do all the challenges, kind of justify the game. No, there's one mission you play as his son.
Is it the one where you talk to the guy in Blackwater?
Yes.
Okay.
And I never knew that mission existed until Tyler told me.
Yeah, you go to Blackwater and you gun down the guy who betrayed your father.
Yes.
And then it's like flashes like Red Dead Redemption. Here's the credits of the game and everything like that.
I never knew that.
Oh, interesting. That's the first thing I did with him.
No, it's not the first thing I did.
It's like a big when you take control of Jack Marston, which is his son. There's just like a big purple circle with a question mark in the middle of it.
Is there?
Yeah.
So how did I never notice that?
I don't know.
Yeah. I thought that was just a free roam after the game kind of thing like that. I never... So here I am almost 10 years later, and I have yet to beat the game, apparently.
Huh. Yeah, me too.
Will's like, talk about dragging out a PS3, blowing the dust off of it, and...
I probably still have my save file.
Before you can finally finish it.
You get a choice.
Yeah.
Like, you can kill him or walk away.
Yeah. I did not know that. It was something I learned. It was kind of cool.
So, anyways... Red Dead. Red Dead's fantastic.
It's fun. This is the first game I've noticed where, like, you can actually grow out your beard through the passage of time.
Yes.
I
want to say that the passage of time is still triggered by the fact that it's mission-based, isn't it?
I'm not sure about that. I would think that it might be set to their game clock, though.
Because...
Mine finally grew, also.
Fuck, I don't want to spoil things. Well, let's say, when I changed from Chapter 2 to Chapter 3, because I'm in Chapter 3, my beard went a level longer.
Yeah, well, so, like, when I first went from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2, my beard grew a little. I shaved it down to the first level it was. Mm-hmm. And then I just did just regular story missions, and it grew a level.
Right, but, like, it's locked at a certain length.
I wonder if the further you progress, the more it unlocks the...
That's what I think.
The levels.
That's what I was getting at. So we weren't on the same page there, but... Yeah.
Okay.
Because I haven't shaved my beard down at all, so growing with time, just like if you shave it down clean, he grows it out again.
But you're saying it's growing with time is capped to a certain point until
It seems like that, because like when you first get your shaving station, it's like capped at level 4 or whatever. And then mine's now at... I haven't looked at the shaving station. I imagine it's level 5. It's a little bit longer.
But
bushier.
That seems like a thing they would do.
And it's funny, I've been playing this game as much as I possibly can, with work and, other worldly obligations and everything like that. But, like...
What you mean is having a girlfriend.
Well...
Which I do not.
Well, that, and then doing everything else in life. Like, I actually want to eat, like, normal. I don't eat just...
What?
Crap.
What are you talking about? I've been eating, like, pizza,
wings, hot wings,
top ramen, some more pizza, some more top ramen, some more wings, and a couple of clementine oranges.
Oh, that's weird. I've been eating
at least you won't have that scurvy.
I've been eating nothing but beans out of a can. Cooked over a can.
We're getting done.
I've also been drinking a bunch of scotch.
I was just going to get
Since
some...
it came out.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just go buy a can of peaches and just slurp them right out of the can.
I think I have a can of peaches downstairs.
Oh, well, there you go. That's what's going wrong. But anyways, where I was going with this, it's funny that, like, Will's obviously put in... How many hours would you say in the game so far?
No idea.
I mean, you had the last 2 days off. You played literally from...
No, so I had 1 day off where I played it... I didn't play it the entire day. I took like a 3 or 4 hour break in the middle of the day to not play it and go do stuff.
You're like I had some 12 hours into the game.
Yeah, I'd say that's easy. I'm probably more. I probably played it that 1 day, like 5 or 6 hours, and then I played it the day it came out for like an hour. I played it the day. I've played it like 3 hours before work yesterday.
Give me a rough estimate.
I don't know. Maybe between 20 and 30 hours.
Okay, so I've maybe put about I would say 10, maybe 12 hours.
I was going to say, I was probably like 6 or 7.
Yeah, and you've put in how much?
Like 6 or 7,
and
probably,
it's funny that, like, seeing, like, I was just like, you when you came over and you're like, oh yeah, I got a haircut. I'm like, you could get a haircut?
Yeah, we're discovering completely different things. So I'm basically plowing through the story missions. I'm like, I'll see a stranger mission, I'll be like, I should do the stranger mission. Fuck you, I need to go talk to Jose Escuela.
Jesus.
But it's just a tiny little audio peek. Sorry, headphone users.
It's interesting that, like, they just release you to the world and let you go crazy. Like, yesterday, you went choo-choo on a train for, like, 2 hours.
I think it was only, like, 45 minutes. I decided to try my hand at robbing a train, because after you, like... Well, I'm spoiling a mission. But anyways, after you rob a train in a story mission, which I think... maybe everyone's done. Hopefully I didn't just spoil that for you, Nato.
Well,
there's the first mission.
There's the first,
okay.
The mission that, the last mission that you do before the game, like, opens up is like train robbery.
Right after you rob a train, it pops up a little hint in the corner. You know, that's always popping up little hints, and it's like, you can rob trains for big gains of money. Essentially. So I was like, I'm going to try my hand at robbing a train. So I jumped on a train, murdered the guy in the caboose, got a bounty for that. Instantly, like 50 sheriffs showed up, and I murdered all of them, and the train stopped.
Just like
and
regular GTA, where you
murder
jaywalk
one guy, and then
police are
suddenly everyone's there. Yeah, it's like that is kind of annoying to me. Also, I was wearing a bandana for it, but I got a huge bounty, even though there were no witnesses. So I literally murdered everyone who saw me, which is really annoying, actually. But anyways. Murdered everyone on the train. Well, not everyone. All the passengers ran away, and like the engineer and conductor ran away. And then I took over the train, and turns out you can drive a train. And I drove the train almost all the way around the map. I even like I saw a homestead at one point, stopped the train, got out, robbed the homestead, got back in the train, and drove away.
I mean, that's a pretty efficient that's a pretty nice getaway car.
It is. I had sheriffs come after me again at one point when I drove through one town, and I guess they recognized me or something, and they started shooting at the train.
They recognized the train?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Hey, that train.
Wait a minute. There's something weird about that train. I heard it was stolen. Does it have a bunch of bullet holes in it? They managed to shoot me once, and also two of them decided to stand in front of the train and like shout at me to stop.
Well, that's how you stop trains.
Yeah, right.
No, the Austin Powers when the guard's like, stop!
I haven't seen that in forever.
But
yeah, the only thing that was left was just one of the sheriff's like white hats sitting on the cow catcher afterwards.
That was left of him.
Yeah.
My whole point of anytime I run in with a sheriff is I'm taking the hat, and then I'm running around with the sheriff's hat.
See, I'm keeping my hat, the starting one, the gambling hat, the Arthur gambling hat. I like that one for some reason.
I have some hat that I picked up for something, I forget.
But yeah, more or less, how big is your bounty right now in one of your areas? What's the highest bounty you've gotten so far?
So the highest bounty I've gotten so far is $330.
So the highest bounty I have is 180.
The highest one I hit is I think 160, and I just paid that off.
Yeah, so that $330 bounty was because I murdered all the sheriffs at the train. The highest one before that was $85.
And now Will is super sad because he's trying to put together as much money as he can while the homestead is... Or would you call that a homestead? With that,
no. Your camp... My camp is in the $330 bounty area, of course.
Oh, of course.
So bounty hunters up your ass all the time.
Right, so I can't go do the story missions anymore, so I'm not going to be doing story missions for a while. Maybe you guys can catch up.
You're going to have to figure out how to make money to pay the bounty off?
Yeah.
Go play some poker.
Ugh. I haven't done any mini games yet.
So, it's funny, the mission where you do poker, it kind of introduces you to poker in the game.
Yes.
The priest or reverend or whatever.
Yes.
The reverend gets drunk and he's playing poker.
So, I noticed that, I'm like, oh, sure, I'll do it. And then I just beat the hell out of all of them. Like, I made about, $10 off of them and whoop-de-doo. And then, I was walking around and I found another poker game. Like, oh, this will be an easy one. Because I immediately won all the other ones. Yeah, poker is not easy to win.
I think that first poker mission is set up for you to win.
I think so, too.
Because I was playing very carefully to start it, and I got kind of bored, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to, push these guys to bet more. And so I was betting, $5 a hand, which in that time, I guess, was a lot of money.
Yeah, so, that's another thing. Speaking of how much money things cost... Guns are ridiculously expensive in this game. Guns didn't cost that much in reality. An expensive gun was $18.
Oh, that's interesting.
In the late 1800s, yeah. Anyways, continue on.
Okay, so, I'm pushing them, and one guy keeps folding, and he only has 80 cents. So my goal was, I'm just going to try to get this guy to get out first, and then I'll take the other guy out. I ended up taking them out at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
By finally just going, once I got more money than both of them, I was like, you know what, I'm all in. I'm done with this. I need to keep playing the game. And I won on a king high.
Like a pair with a king high?
No, like not even a pair. Just
a king?
Yeah.
That's and almost the weakest hand you could have.
Yeah, I was like, I won with that. Okay, that's definitely, it's made for you to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting just riding around and, oh my god, what is that, bobcats? Bobcats are the bane of my existence.
I haven't run into one yet. No. It's not bobcats that are the bane of my existence, it's mountain lions. Bobcats are bobcats are like the size of a dog.
Yeah.
Like a not a big dog, like a medium-sized dog.
Yeah, no. So there's a. I don't know. You haven't come across this? Have you come across?
I have not come across this.
I've explained this.
I've watched it happen on your television. I heard the wow wow, and Tyler's like, oh no, where is he? Starts spinning around, like pulls out his shotgun, and then gets mauled by a mountain lion sprinting out of the bush. He just like jumps on him, tears his throat out, and he's like, God damn it!
So the first time I came across them, I just hear help, help! I'm out of ammo. So I'm like, I'm gonna go be a good Samaritan because I'm just being good as much as I possibly can. So like, Will gets mad where like there'll be like sheriffs coming after me and everything like that. I just run away and just get my ass shot and my back shot.
If people are shooting at me, I kill them all.
Yeah, so I run away the best I can.
That's funny because if people are shooting at me, I usually die.
The 3 stages of Red Dead. But anyways, speaking of that mission you're saying, I also ran into someone who was yelling the same exact thing, help, help, I'm out of ammo, but it wasn't a mountain lion.
And then you just shot him?
No, I did not.
Okay.
You try to rob him, then you shot him.
No. Not that either. I actually saved him. He was being attacked by wolves.
Oh, so similar thing. So
Yeah.
more or less, I'm like, I walk up to him the first time. I'm like, and he's like up in a tree, and he's like, I'm out of ammo. I'm like, oh, what are you doing up there? And all of a sudden, out like from behind like my character, like a bobcat or mountain lion, sorry, jumped out, grabbed my throat, killed me immediately. I had no idea what happened. Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, the guy and the mountain lion were in cahoots.
Yeah, it was like it was
like, come on, mountain lion, I'm gonna get you a meal.
It was dark at night, so I couldn't see anything. So then I heard it. The same scripted audio, like in a different part, because it's not the same area in the game.
Right, my guy was standing on top of a rock.
Oh, really?
With like 3 wolves around him, which I just read dead-eyed to death.
So then I heard it again. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be ready for him. I get like my double barrel out, and this is the one that you saw, and like I'm just like, where is it? Where is it? And then so I see him. He's coming up behind me again. I go for my deadeye. I deadeye like my 2 shots, but my horse got scared and bucked me off. Like right before my character can pull the trigger, it's like flat on my face, and then the mountain lion just walks and just bites my neck and kills me again. And I'm like, fuck this, I'm done.
Oh.
I don't care. I'm super mad about it.
You almost knocked down the light in the middle of this room.
No.
Anyways, so I also encountered wolves out in the world. Have you encountered any wildlife, Nato?
I found, well, aside from a bear, like the mission bear, I've seen a black bear.
No,
and
really?
also a rattlesnake.
Do black bears behave like they do in real life?
They're scared as shit from you.
Okay, cool.
He was running away, and I'm like, so, I'm gonna get a pelt, and I chased him down, and I killed it.
I've heard bears, but not seen them. I think I've heard mountain lions, but I've not seen them.
It's because they're coming up behind you.
They haven't gotten me yet. But I did encounter some wolves that decided to attack me, just like in the beginning mission. But they killed the shit out of me. Like, I had my double barrel equipped, killed 2 of them, the 3rd one killed me before I could reload.
Huh.
From full health. Like, I was just like, blam, blam, kill the first 2, start reloading, the 3rd one knocks me down and tears my throat out, and it's like, okay. Wolves are not to be messed with.
Yeah.
I remember them being like that in the last game. It was like, if you heard a wolves howling, it was like, alright, I need to find somewhere where they can't get me. I don't know that I've been going out at night that much.
This was during the day, I think.
Oh, well, that's even... Were you up in the mountains or anything?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. So I haven't gotten to the mountains yet, and really the only wildlife I've seen are deer and rabbit while I'm hunting them.
Because you're in the beginning area still.
Well, yeah, and I'm tired of hearing, you don't provide for this camp. So I'm like, just like throwing deer at them.
I've given them every time I go back to camp, I try to bring back an animal. That's what I've been doing. I'll stop like a little ways away from camp, murder something, and bring it to them.
So I have yet to be like harassed by anyone at camp. Everyone loves me at camp. I actually, as you guys watched, like I was walking around and I didn't know that you can take a bath. Apparently, you can only do it at like a hotel. I saw Will doing it, but like someone walks, she's like, "You're smelly. Get over here!" And then makes me take a bath, and I had to give her like a quarter for it. And I'm like, "God damn it!" And she's like, if you don't wash often and everything, this particular NPC is gonna bug you about washing. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with that.
So Dutch has been like screaming at me about not contributing enough money. It's super annoying. I give them so much money.
You open up the logbook.
I've upgraded like I've upgraded almost everything in camp 3 times.
That's pretty funny.
And he's just screaming at me about, "You never give us money anymore, Arthur!" And it's like, what are you talking about? I got the achievement for giving $250 to the camp, like, in the first half of Chapter 2. It's super annoying.
Yeah. So, basically, talking about animals, this was the thing I said. That's really interesting. So, in Red Dead 1, there was 85 different types of animals in the game. Okay?
Really?
85 species of animals in Red Dead 1.
Which is a lot.
They must be counting, like, subcategories, too, like dappled horses and
of course.
chestnut horses and...
Guess how much is in Red Dead 2?
200.
Actually, you're right on the dot.
Well, they announced that before.
Oh, did they?
Okay.
Oh, I did not know that. I was sitting there thinking about, I'm like, because there was so many different types of animals I noticed. I also feel terrible. I mean, you almost crashed because you didn't want to run over a fox when you were in the train. Tell that one.
It was just a fox decided to sprint in front of the train for like a minute, and as the train slowly caught up to the fox, and I was like, "No, fox, move, run away, not away from the train, run to the side." The fox just kept running on the train tracks.
No, I've killed multiple foxes.
I mean,
Bastard.
It's funny. I'm like, I love riding my horse, and all of a sudden, like, a bird will start taking off and it'll like smack you in the head and it'll die immediately. I like set my horse. I'm like, well, that was easy. Pick the feathers, throw it on there, go back to camp, drop it off.
If you murder all the foxes now, how will you know what the fox says?
I don't
No.
know.
Anyways.
Let's see.
I'm surprised the amount of animals.
The amount of detail just in the game is amazing. I killed a squirrel the other day. Did you guys know there were squirrels in the game?
Yeah, I've seen them. I've not killed them.
It was like a large black squirrel.
Really?
Shot it with a bow.
Well, just like I was riding, and then all of a sudden I saw like a enemy blip on my radar and everything like that, and I'm like, huh? What's like? Is there like someone attacking me? Because I was really boys and everything. I keep on
O'Dreely? You mean the O'Driscolls?
Driscolls. Yeah, I don't know.
The O'Dreely boys.
But so I'm like, I stopped my horse and everything like that. I turn around, I'm like, huh, nothing's here. It's a big open field. And so I start slowly walking my horse back, and then like the red dot pops up again, but it's like it moved like a solid 2 feet over. And then after that, like I walk over there, I'm like, where is it? I get out off my horse, and all of a sudden, like I'm like standing on the red dot thing. And all of a sudden, I hear is a rattle, and I'm like, oh, that's a rattle, and it bit me. Immediately, my health starts going down, and the horse runs off, and I'm like, God damn it. So then I get on the horse. I call my horse back. I get on it, and I just run it over with the horse.
Horses don't like snakes.
There's actually challenges to kill things with horses, too.
Yeah, there's a...
Like, I ran over a rabbit.
Deer.
I ran over a rabbit,
rabbits.
and it was like, popped up 1 of 5 rabbits killed with a horse. And I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't notice that, but I've run over several rabbits on my horse.
Have you skinned a rabbit?
Yeah, the way
That's terrifying.
the way he skins things is amazing. He cuts it down the middle and just like rips the skin off.
Well, yeah,
not
but
even the rabbit.
not the rabbit.
He just grabs it by the tail
and he pulls it off,
right
yeah.
off.
He just grabs him by the asshole and turns him inside out.
What a game! What a game!
Oh God.
It doesn't surprise me that they set the record for the most, I guess, money made in a 3-day weekend.
I mean, it's Rockstar. They pump out GTA. They did the same thing for GTA back in the day.
I mean, they're just printing money, but $750 million in 3 days is unreal.
I can't even... My mind doesn't know what that number means, really. It's incredible.
I mean, they know what they're doing at this point.
The online part of the game has not even come out yet.
Right, and I
think they're making everyone play the game to get kind of down. I think they're just holding it back just for they can.
Well, they did it the same thing with Grand Theft Auto 5 too.
I'm not even mad. Like, I'm not even mad that they're using this to print money because the game is so good.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I would have paid if they charged like $100 for it. It'd still be worth it.
I probably wouldn't have bought it at first, but like seeing you play it, and I've been like, well, I have to have that.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely this year. It's the game that has immersed me the most in a game where I'm.
Funny because a few months ago you were talking about Spider-Man like
That's
that.
true.
It's true, but then this eclipsed that by so much.
I guess I was running around my house pretending I was Spider-Man, like...
You're just in your like your tiny whities.
Thwip, and then like swinging myself through doors. But now I'm just running around my house yelling, "Howdy, partner! Howdy, partner!"
Oh yeah,
I reckon I ought to rustle me up some grub.
Your girlfriend must love that.
Yes, she does.
Oh God.
So for me, yes, this is the best game so far this year that's come out. Last year was Horizon Zero Dawn, which you haven't played.
I have. It's on my list of games that
I still want to play it.
For 2017, that was my best game of the year.
Is this game better than that?
I don't know if I'd say it's better than that. I'd say that they're both really good. I'd say that Horizon Zero Dawn, I immersed myself in fully and had tons of stuff to do.
It was...
I never did everything in the game. It's like, I've got probably another 200 hours worth of content in that game.
Without playing it, it's one of those games that's so unique. Like, it's such a unique idea. To basically, you're hunting, like, robot dinosaurs and stuff.
Yeah. The storyline of that game is fantastic. I won't give it away because neither of you played it, and you ought to.
Oh, it's my plan might be to get eventually a PS4, which I've been saying for the last...
Like 3 years?
3 years,
yeah. Now you need a car.
Oh, life happens.
But yeah, so I... where was I going with that? Fuck. When I first saw Horizon Zero Dawn, I was like, robot dinosaur girl hunting robot. Fuck that game. I don't want that piece of shit. But then another friend of mine was like, no, you really need to play it. And so I did, and it was the best game I had played in 2017.
Well, PlayStation absolutely kills their exclusives.
I guess.
Well, not Left 4 Dead. The Last of Us.
That was amazing.
Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man.
It's because of any studio that looks like promising, Sony just buys them.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed Xbox is starting to do that too.
It's
true.
Unfortunate that that's what's happening to the industry.
It's super annoying because I don't want to buy both consoles.
Also, Nintendo's super protective of their brand. Also,
right? Nintendo won't allow any of their games to go non-Nintendo console.
Yeah.
And then you get suckered into having all three.
I wish they could all just be played on PC.
That'd be great for you.
It'd be great, yeah.
But since we kind of veered off of Red Dead for a second, I'm pretty sure we'll
get back there.
We'll get back there here soon enough. So the PS Classic announced their full 20 list games.
Yes.
And have you seen either of you?
I just read it, and Nato's already read it too.
Okay. So out of that list, we talked about this, 3 or 4 podcasts ago? Like, it was one of our first starting ones when we were all crammed up on a couch really snugly to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, though.
What do you guys think about the list?
Reading through this list, I've played 2 of these games.
Really?
Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
And what was the other one? Where is it? Oh, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey.
Okay.
I've played those 2. That's the only 2 from this list I've played.
How about you, Nato? As we're all on our phones here.
I don't know that I've played Twisted Metal. I've played.
Okay. I haven't played it, although I've always heard it was really good.
Twisted Metal is awesome. Twisted Metal Black is my all-time favorite out of that series.
Rayman I've played.
I've heard of most of these games.
Yes.
There's a few I haven't heard of.
I want to say...
Let me read off the list for people listening, just in case they don't know. We have Battle Arena Toshinden. I don't know how to pronounce things. Cool
Good
Borders 2. Destruction Derby. Final Fantasy VII. Grand Theft Auto. Intelligent Cube. Jumping Flash. Metal Gear Solid. Mr. Driller. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. Rayman. Resident Evil's Director's Cut. Revelations Persona. Ridge Racer Type 4. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Siphon Filter. Tekken 3. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms.
Alright, so Nato, which ones have you played? You said you played Twisted Metal.
I played Twisted Metal, I think Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Rayman. I think that's probably it.
So for me, what I've played is, I played Destruction Derby, Grand Theft Auto, Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil Director's Cut. I still have my original disc of the Director's Cut in pristine condition in my room.
But no PlayStation to play it on.
Yeah. Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Rainbow Six. I've played Twisted Metal. Those are all the ones I've played so far. So
out of these, there's some that I've never heard of.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about.
I've never heard of Wild Arms.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
I think they just try to get cover as much of the genres as they can. I think they put a limit of all right, we can only do 2 racing games out of all these racing games. Which ones can we do, kind of thing. I think that's what they went for.
It's so hard, and only 20 games is kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's too much money, honestly. $100 for 20 games. It might sound like a good deal, oh yeah, $5 a game, that's a great deal, but it's not really, because look, I can go down. I still got my PS2, and I can go down to the fucking Goodwill store and buy the same. I can buy games I want for probably the same price at Goodwill or a garage sale for probably cheaper.
Well, it's on par with the the Nintendo Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic were both $100 20 games.
I guess,
yeah,
but
they're just cashing in.
Those are, I think those are harder to get the games for. If I go online, I wanted to play the first Jak and Daxter again, and I just went online and ordered a copy for $1.30 and $2 shipping for my PS2. It was $4 for a game.
Yeah, it's definitely, we haven't hit the I guess the PlayStation retro everything is expensive like Nintendo has.
Yeah,
because Super Mario World, the original Mario Kart on Super Nintendo.
Well, also PlayStation's not as old.
Right, those are still going for $30 though.
Yeah, and you can buy a PS2 for $25, $30, and you can play all the PS1 games as well.
Well, I feel like this is kind of almost starting to cater to our generation, because what was your first console you played on?
It was my PS2.
All right, I played PS1.
Well, it wasn't the first one I played. It's the first one I've owned.
Okay, and then
I-
NATO?
I grew up on a Super Nintendo.
Okay, so the first console I ever played was the Nintendo 64, but I was so young that I didn't really I was just my dad. It was my dad's Nintendo 64. The first console I had in my room, and I played the hell out of it, was my PS1. Like you said, PS2 was yours, correct?
Right. So my parents weren't big on video games.
Mm-hmm. Great for you.
Really weren't big on video games. My dad still doesn't like video games to this day. But so I play at my friends' houses all the time. So I played lots of PS1 games with friends. I played. God. I had one friend who had every type of video game console ever.
But yeah, so I feel like this is starting to the Super Nintendo minis and all that kind of stuff that they were doing here last year and the year before. I feel like that was trying to cater to the generation right before us. Now they're starting to try and cater to ours, and now it's just a nostalgia factor. Do you want just a mini version of what you used to play when you were a kid, and just have a touch of a button in your games that you sort of remember playing all the time?
So another thing is, I almost wonder if it's better for people who haven't played these games, because
the newer generations,
right? The newer generations getting to play the classic games without having to deal with all this stupid old technology that doesn't work great.
That are dealing with the emulator.
Right, the emulators are a pain in the ass.
Having to find a TV that still has the old red, white, and yellow plugins.
My TV has that.
My TV in my living room does not have it.
Really?
Yeah, it's just...
It doesn't have component?
It doesn't have component, or it has component, it doesn't have AV.
Okay, you can plug AV into component.
Oh, I did not know.
You just, the video goes in the green or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But the red and white are still the same, and the yellow just goes in a different color. Whatever color it is, it'll say.
Oh, okay.
So, obviously, this is just going to sell, and they're going to make the PS2 classic. So, they're going to.
That'll be silly when it comes out, because I'll still have my PS2.
Yeah, I have a PS2 right now, too.
Yeah, I have my PS2, so that's another reason I think I don't want this. Which is my point is, I want the Nintendo Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic, because I never got to have those, and all those games I'm missing out on.
Right.
Whereas the PS1 Classic, I'm kind of I could just buy that game online for $1 if I really wanted to play it.
So, I like I said, I know they're going to do a PS2 Classic. Which game? Because how big was the PS2 library? There was so much.
Huge. What was it, 3,000 or 4,000 or something like that?
Yeah. So which ones?
Well, I'll look it up. Go ahead. Keep talking.
It had a 12 to 15 year lifespan.
Something like that. I think it was 10 years.
I thought they just recently stopped production of them, or was it the PS3s? I thought that they stopped producing them. a few years back?
That's a good question. Definitely the PS2 was the time that I spent playing video games the most.
Yeah, I mean that's when we were starting to hit we were all starting to become teenagers almost at that point. So that was when we were all right, we're starting to
it was
get our own independence, and we spend our independence on video games.
Get home from school and I'm playing PlayStation until I go to bed.
And then you wake up and you play video, or you
the entire weekend
cartoons.
The entire weekend was full of video games.
So Wikipedia has a list of 2,562 games that says it's incomplete for the PS2.
So over that.
So over 2,500.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Now, can you try and imagine what 20 games out of that library they'll try and cram into a box?
To be fair, though, probably 3/4 of those games were just utter shit.
I can give you 5 that I think should go on there.
Go for it.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Although if they're trying
PS2, isn't it?
Yeah, we're talking about PS2 games.
If they are trying to cater to, I guess
our generation,
a family friendly.
Grand
Theft Auto San Andreas, Need for Speed Underground 2.
Yep.
Tony Hawk Underground.
Yep. Okay, I remember that.
I think Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter should be on there.
The first ones?
Also okay.
Maybe
with
not
that.
the first Jak and Daxter, probably Jak 2.
I think
honestly.
Before, if now, maybe not, but the Spyro would have been on there. Maybe not
Crash
now.
Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot would have also. PlayStation is kind of just remastering those instead of...
I mean, Rayman just got remastered here a few years ago. And I have never actually played a Rayman game. I always wanted to get that and try it out.
It's kind of like a funky Mario.
Yeah.
The funky Mario.
It is.
Crash
They're
Bandicoot
fun.
is Mario.
The Rayman game I have...
that's something also. Why isn't Crash Bandicoot on the PS1 Classic?
Because they remastered.
Because they remastered
Oh,
it. That's
okay,
why
good
Spyro's
point.
not.
Good
That's why Spyro's not on it either. Why would they?
Anyways,
again?
Also, I just looked up. The PS2 was on the market for 6 years before the PS3 released, so not as long as we thought. However, Sony produced PS2s for 13 years, which is probably why you thought that long number. But it was only on the market for 6 years before the PS3 came out.
I remember the day I found out that NBA Live was not making copies for PlayStation 2 anymore, and I was crushed.
I got the PS2 for my 10th Christmas. When I was 10 years old at Christmas, and I didn't get a PS3 until
3 years into the life cycle of it.
Something like that. How old was I? I was probably 16, 17 when I finally got a PS3. So
near the end of its life, almost.
Yeah. My first PS3 was a PS3 Slim.
Okay,
I remember also, just to hold off on that, I remember you got a PS3 game before you got a PS3 from Sober Grad Night.
Our Sober Grad Night for high school, I won a PS3 game there, and I was like, I don't have a PS3.
I mean, I got a $10.
You got a laptop.
I did win a laptop, but I also got a $10 gift card for Subway.
I also got some
cool.
Skull Candy headphones that were wonderful until they broke.
The only thing I got from a Sober Grad Party was the $20 Subway gift cards.
And a sense of pride and accomplishment?
No.
They were just telling me that I was fat, I think.
Man,
I was bored that whole night.
I will say that was a mistake.
I wasn't going to go get drunk either, which is the hilarious thing, but I got bullied into going by the librarian, of all people.
One of my friends went to his house to change after graduation, and he lived 20 minutes away from the school. By the time he got to where the Sober Grad Party was, they were like, nope, we can't let you in.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, you got here too late, you can't let you in. And he was like, I had to go home to change. Just let me in. They were like, nope.
Wow, what assholes.
So,
ours started really late. Ours started at 7 o'clock at night or something.
Yeah, everyone had a chance to go to do a little graduation party kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
I think the reasoning behind it was they didn't want anybody
sneaking in,
taking shots and then coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
But his mom was outside too, screaming at them to let him in. They wouldn't
I didn't want to go in. I got bullied into going.
I just watched one of my friends beat everyone in poker.
Yes, including me. I was one of the people who got beat at poker.
Yeah,
and blackjack, and then war.
I don't even remember really what happened. I just bullshit.
I remember I was so bored.
Me too.
And so freaking tired, and there was nowhere to sleep.
Yeah, I mean there was the hard floor.
You guys didn't have those inflatable like slide things?
No, ours. So our Sober Red Night was in the Elks Lodge,
Which you would have no idea what
right.
you're talking about.
So you know what an Elks Lodge is, right?
Yes, I know what
it's
an Elks
basically a
Lodge is.
fucking cult. I killed him. But so the only they had like
bleachers,
6 tables, cafeteria style, for them to eat food there. Which I actually worked at the Elks Lodge one night to serve steaks, which was interesting. But anyways, also the only other place they had to sit down was literally their ceremony chamber. That was the only other place we could sit.
Yep.
And those chairs, you couldn't lay across them, unfortunately. They were like, it's like freaking airline seats, how they bucket you, and you can't actually lay down.
Oh, yeah. You can. Southwest, you can lay down.
And it hurts your back and kills you. It's the worst. The worst. The worst!
Off topic, I have laid down in from a flight from LA to Tennessee. I laid down across the entire 3 seats on a Southwest flight and went to sleep.
Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky you.
I did not know you could do that on planes.
I couldn't on the plane I took from San Francisco to Iceland. That did not work.
That sounds like a rough flight.
It was.
I've never been on a plane before.
Oh, well, you should try it sometime. It's the worst.
It's not. It's basically
as miserable as everyone else.
I'd rather drive across the country than take a plane.
Well, it depends.
It'd be an adventure, and a plane is just sad.
It depends.
I want a 3-day adventure, not sad.
The last time I flew on a plane was so that I could drive across the country. So
what? That doesn't make sense.
You picked up a car and drove back.
Yeah, I moved I moved back home to California, and then a month later went and brought my parents back with me. So
okay.
I moved, got a place, and then my mom was like, "Yeah, it sucks here. I'm coming back." So I had to fly back to Tennessee and then drive a U-Haul, where I almost got in a car wreck in St. Louis. That's fun.
Great.
Oh yeah, what happened?
Just some jackass decided it was kind of like this weird merge of the 2 main highways that run through Missouri.
Okay.
And this jackass decided that he was going to cut from the very far left lane into an exit.
Oh, you mean like everyone in the Bay Area?
I love when people...
Yeah, except the exit was backed up, so where he made it, he was completely sideways in a lane.
Oh, of course.
And I was doing 65 in a U-Haul with a car
towing.
So that was fun.
Yeah. I don't know why people ever mess with U-Hauls. My main mission objective when I see a U-Haul is to stay as far away from it as possible.
Same here.
They're worse. You have to expect that somebody driving a U-Haul doesn't know how to drive a U-Haul. They're not truck drivers.
So yeah, when I first started driving, I was terrified of truck drivers because it's way bigger than me, and I've seen just like trucks just destroying a vehicle, but they do that all the time. They're always on the road.
Most of them are professionals.
And they're professionals.
Do that every day, and they are the ones who get screwed, even if they're not at fault for the accidents.
Yeah, but now it's U-Hauls where the amount of people I'm like, hey, I'm gonna cut across all these and I'm like, oh well, your tires are barely on the ground anymore, and I'm just gonna slow down and just let you nearly kill yourself and not kill me.
U-Haul drivers, well, because I've driven a U-Haul. It wasn't. I didn't do a great job of it. It was much bigger a truck than I was used to. It was really hard to keep my.
I want to move. Here's a giant truck, and you have no experience. I'm going to throw the keys at you. Get out. Basically. Yeah. Make sure you fill it up before you.
And
come
also,
back.
You better.
And also, when I did drive a U-Haul, and other people were trying to cut in front of me and stuff on the road, it's like, fuck it, do it. Crash into the truck. It's not mine. I have insurance on it.
I paid the $12.
It's like, this isn't my personal car. You're gonna bump into a giant truck and then be like, your car is ruined. What do you want from me? So I have to imagine other people are thinking the same thing. Yeah, fuck it. Bump into the U-Haul. I don't care. It's a truck and it's not mine.
Yeah, I have no trouble driving U-Hauls. But I grew up on a truck, kind of. So,
yeah.
It was real hard to keep my lane because the lanes are only the U-Haul I drove, the lane was only a foot and a half wider than the U-Haul.
I
was driving in Tracy.
Oh, okay.
In town. It was awful.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I can see why that would.
That sounds miserable.
Yeah.
On a freeway, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this lane is twice as wide as a truck. But yeah, in town, it was awful.
All right.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so. Oh, sorry. Were you going to say something?
No.
I was going to say. Someone mentioned to me, and by someone I mean NATO, that there were microtransactions in Fallout 76.
Well, yes.
Just what I've read.
I heard about it.
What the fuck? I hate
So it's not.
microtransactions.
I heard it's not. I know. But that's how they get money now.
I don't care. I hate them.
It's not pay to win, as far as I'm aware.
That's what they've said. They keep saying it's
and
not pay to
everyone
win.
who says it is full of fucking shit.
It's true. I want to say EA has said it's not pay to win. And
Yeah.
They're the main, that everyone kind of refers to. But I guess it's called Atom.
yeah, that's what they call it.
It's what their
Atoms
micros.
is their currency.
Yeah, but basically at the beginning of the game, they just kind of throw it at everyone, and they said the further you get into the game, the less common it is. Like it's like you kill an animal. Well, that's your first animal kill. Here's like 50 atoms, and it's just cosmetic. Like you could buy a hat and stuff like that. You don't get anything to modify.
I don't
your
fucking
game.
trust it. Because even Destiny said that their microtransactions would only cosmetic stuff.
That's
and
the
then
only reason-
slowly it started becoming more and more like, oh, you get extra stuff. Oh, you get more stuff and you pay to win now. And it's like,
I've only seen.
I'm going to fucking murder everything.
I've only seen 2 ghosts off of Destiny that actually benefits the game.
Look.
Everything else.
Fucking assholes.
Well, that's how they get money. That's how they get money now.
Fuck them. And everything they stand for. Because people will pay for the cosmetics. They could make it just cosmetics. But no one ever just leaves it. They're like, no, we heard the game getting better.
Well, it is an online game, so they expect to have a 10-year lifespan instead of the 2-year lifespan. So, of course, yeah, they're going to ask they need money.
10-year lifespan. 2 years later makes a new game.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a quote here if you want to...
Yes.
So... I'm pulling this out of the comment section of Reddit, so I don't have, like, the guy's full name. But it says, this is a quote from somebody with the last name Hines. If you don't want to spend money on the atomic shop for cosmetic stuff, you don't have to. We give you a shitload of atoms just for playing the game. Folks that want to spend money on whatever the hell it is because they don't have enough atoms, they can, but it's not, I'm better now playing against other players because I spent money. It's not pay to win, and it's not loot crates.
Well, I will say, as annoyed as I am, I do hate microtransactions. I do trust Bethesda a little bit more with this than, like, 343 or EA. So hopefully, I'm hopeful. Anyways, I'm angry, but I'm hopeful.
I mean, they have microtransactions, I believe, in the Elder Scrolls Online game also. And
Yes, they do.
Just cosmetic. It's not
bullshit.
You're just anti-microtransactions.
Yes.
Just don't buy it. Don't do it.
They charge so much for games nowadays. It's ridiculous.
Games have been $60 since the 90s, though.
No, they haven't.
No, they were like $40.
PS2 games were all $20.
like 20.
$19.99.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100% positive.
If you look back to the old Super Nintendo games, they were going for $60.
PS2 were all $20.
Yeah. Give or
All
take.
of them were $20.
Then they hopped to 40, and now they hopped to 60.
40 was the PS3,
And now it's like
all of them
6
hopped to
Still,
40.
they've been 60 for over 10 years.
It's now.
They haven't.
Yes, they have.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have. It's 2018.
10 years ago was 2008.
They were I was paying $60 per game in 2008.
What game came out in 2008?
I don't know. Madden 2009.
Oh my god. Of course.
I don't know how to sports. I had to look up.
Well, I noticed now I think it's like 65 for games now. Like when I went to get Red Dead, it cost me $65 to get the game for the standard edition.
That's interesting. I wonder if physical copies are now becoming $5.
More?
Yeah, because
But also, I mean, some games are just charging like $100.
Like what?
Like Forza. It's like they only give you 3/4 of the game unless you pay for the $100 copy.
What are they excluding? Are you talking about the vehicles?
Yeah, it's basically pay to win. You have to pay that extra $100 unless you want to not have like half the vehicle list and not have half the money income.
So then you're the problem in Forza alone
Yes,
because you
am.
buy the $100 copy every
I
single
am
time.
the problem with Forza.
So you can't bitch about it.
I can absolutely bitch about microtransactions. It's still not microtransactions. It's $40 more for a game, but it's one-time payment.
True. Well, until that runs out, and then they start giving you more card packs.
Right, but I don't buy those.
Yeah. Just don't buy it then. Just don't buy the microtransactions. Let them be there. Let the kids run their credit card, their parents' credit card bill.
the way Grand Theft Auto has done microtransactions seems to be kind of the best.
I never.
Wait, what?
Well, where every DLC they have released in the
Which
5
is free.
years, it's been free. I guess the problem is that they just overprice everything they release in those DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not playing the game
24/7 almost.
like 6 hours a day, you're not going to be able to afford anything.
Right. But I heard about... I kind of figured microtransactions was going to be a thing for Fallout 76.
Of course.
It's an MMO.
Find a game nowadays that doesn't have microtransactions. Even Spider-Man has microtransactions.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure for what. I haven't looked into it.
I mean, they just... That's... Hey, we can sell it, and then after like 6 months, everyone stops buying this game until like we drop the price by $40 and everything like that.
Okay, so in 2008, AAA games were releasing for $40.
I don't believe you.
Quantum of Solace was $40 in 2008.
I don't believe you.
It released for $40 in 2008.
Yeah, so basically like the early
So the AAA
2000s.
games were releasing for $40, and then they went up to $60, and it was only like 5 years ago. And it feels like forever. 5 year feels like forever in gaming time, but
I think it happened in when the previous generation started, 360, PS3.
it started happening like in that generation at some point. I remember starting to pay $60 for games and going, what the fuck?
To be fair, the majority of the games that I played on PlayStation 2 were from Blockbuster.
Well, that's a thing.
So
heard
I
from-
wasn't buying games at that age. I was just renting them for a week,
Right.
and then
I remember Ratchet Deadlocked came out, which was the fourth Ratchet and Clank, I say, but it was an in-between game. It came out right at the end of the PS2 lifespan. The PS3 released almost the same time it released. It was a $20 game for the PS2.
Huh.
Right at the time the PS3 was about to release. So they were making an in-between game while they were making their first game for the PS3. But all the Ratchet and Clanks were $20. The Jack and Daxters were $20. I remember buying games for $20.
well, you can still buy $20 games.
Oh, sure, used.
Well, no,
I
the
mean-
Friday the 13th game that came out, wasn't that $20?
Okay, so I will admit
It's
some
not a AAA game. It's a
indie
thing.
games nowadays are coming out for cheaper. Like a lot of them are $20 or $40, which I think is really neat, and it's good. I like that.
Yeah, it's good for the culture. I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah, I don't know what else to call it either. I hate saying the gaming culture.
Yeah.
Because it sounds so fucking like the stick is shoved so far up.
Read my 100-page review. I broke him.
Read my 100-page review. Oh my gosh, you could be a blogger.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh. So, other gaming news, NATO also told me something about Hitman 2 falling out with Square Enix.
So I'm not sure if it was like a legit falling out, but I read an article where I think it's, let's see, it's IOI, I think is the, IOI Interactive is, it's IO Interactive is the name of the game company that makes Hitman.
Okay.
And Square Enix has basically kind of stopped funding them. Like, they let them keep making Hitman, but they were like, hey, you're on your own.
Okay.
And which led to IOI laying off over half of their work base.
Oof.
Ooh.
Which is kind of surprising that they're able to...
And Ubisoft's hiring, guys.
It's kind of surprising that they were able to complete the game and not have any problems so far. Like, there's not a lot of noise about how the game's a big mess. And doing that while laying off people is kind
That
of...
also sounds like an easy scapegoat for them if it is a mess.
That's... Yeah, it does. But Square Enix is seeming like a problem.
They're somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know about them.
As long as they don't go the way... Is it Capcom that is now focusing on making slot machines, or is it... Who's Metal Gear Solid? Is that Capcom?
All I can think is Capcom now because
I think it's Konami.
Konami. Okay, yeah, it's
okay.
Konami. That's why they...
They laid off Kojima.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima, who is considered to be like one of the better video game directors in the world.
Which I don't know about that.
He's very artsy.
He's good, but I feel like it's all just a bunch of hype because of what happened to him.
No, well, have you played any of the Metal Gear Solids?
No.
Well, that's his kind of his.
I've played Silent Hills, or all the time. I've played most of the Silent Hill games.
Yeah, and then I would just his Metal Gear Solid ones are really solid.
Yeah.
But the main reason why they parted ways with him in such a terrible fashion was that they don't even want to make video games anymore. They're focusing on making like slot machines and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's weird.
In other way, like mobile games that just print money.
Yeah,
I mean, money's money. Money
so
talks.
I can see Square Enix probably is looking into that kind of stuff too.
I really hope they don't. Because I'd hate for Final Fantasy 15 to be the actual Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Again, I mention this all the time. I've been waiting for how long now for
Kingdom Hearts?
For Kingdom
Oh my
Hearts, and that's
God.
finally happening.
And also, it bothers me that the Final Fantasy 7 is going to be episodic. Blech.
Or you could just play the regular Final Fantasy 7.
It's true. I own it.
Speaking of episodic, Hitman 2 is not episodic this time.
Right.
It was
A lot of people.
The
episodic.
first one was episodic. They were.
Oh.
It not only was it episodic, $60 you get the first mission,
What?
and then wait.
Yep.
Is how they did it the first time around.
Bullshit.
So they've learned from their mistakes, which is cool.
Well, they realize that they can't just dry out their consumers and just expect them to keep on doing it. Eventually, people are going to get fed up
If
with
a company makes mistakes, they go, "Oh shit, that was a mistake. We're not going to do that."
Mm-hmm.
I will continue to at least look at them.
Except for EA.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If a company goes, "Oh, people didn't like that. Let's double down on it."
Yeah, right?
And then we'll release a statement that says, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You should feel prideful for having to play 40 hours to unlock something."
Yeah. Bullshit.
But they did announce a couple of weeks ago, they announced all their locations. So I'm going to list off these locations, see what you guys think.
Okay.
We've got Hawke's Bay, New Zealand.
Never heard of it.
I don't know that all of these places are real either.
Anyways, New Zealand.
New Zealand, Miami, USA,
Uh-huh.
which I think will be a fun one. Santa Fortuna, Colombia.
So that's a drug one, obviously.
Yeah. Mumbai, India.
Oh.
Some religious guy, most likely.
Imagine how many people they can cram into that level. Whittleton Creek, USA.
Whittleton Creek.
Which
Some
is
backwater.
That's supposed to be, like somewhere
well
in the Old West.
in the like description it says the quintessential American suburb.
Oh.
So
Weird.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I've never played any Hitman games.
You've never played any Hitman games?
No, I haven't.
I played so much. Blood Money was one of my favorites.
I have. Yeah, I've screamed at so many Hitman games.
Mhm.
Isle of Sgail, North Atlantic.
Sgail.
Sgail.
No idea.
No idea.
Like, I'm assuming
Something
it's like
silent
Norway area, most likely.
Himmelstein, Austria.
Well, that was racist.
Yeah. And that's... Oh, and that was... So the... did you guys look at the Hitman 2? I think it was a demo at all.
No.
It was just you were a sniper, and you were like trying to... It was like, this is your target, snipe them. So that was the location for that.
Interesting.
But I'm excited for it.
When's it supposed to be coming out?
And November 12th.
Okay. Oh, God. Right before Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
I mean,
day
And
before?
Spyro.
Spyro comes out the 14th.
And then,
76 comes out the 13th.
And then Battlefield 5 comes out like a week later.
We're fucked.
It's
the
a nice,
holidays.
nice problem to have. All these good games getting crammed in together.
It's true. The only thing is, I don't have time to play any of them.
Well, yeah, you're still gonna be playing Red Dead
Like, yeah, right?
with the amount of stuff that's in that game.
Because that's only 2 weeks from now. Shit.
Yep.
I don't... Because I want to play Fallout 76, and I'm also going to want to play Spyro.
On top of the fact that work is starting to get busy again.
Because of the holidays, I know.
Yeah, we're in holiday swing, which means slow sales until the holidays roll
Which
up, and then we
means
get super fucking busy.
Everyone comes to visit their relatives living up in Northern California in the boonies, and then their relatives don't want to cook for their families, so they come buy pizza.
Yep. And then we're just sad.
Yeah.
Just like with we just had all the Halloween parties over the weekend for
Oh
us.
my goodness.
That was great.
I took an order over the phone to a woman that was so drunk. Oh my god. I answer, I say, thank you for calling. What will your order be for tonight? And she screams at me, the same fucking thing I get every time. And I was like okay, what is that? And so she like screamed at me her order, and we get through it, and it was a delivery, so for deliveries we can pay over the phone with card. I was like, all right, can I get that card number? And she was like, it's the same card I use every time. And I was like,
we don't keep it on file.
I was like, okay, so can I get that card number? And then it took me like 3 times to get the card to run because she was like slurring.
I will say the most number of drunk people I've ever had to talk to while working was St. Patrick's Day.
Really? I would
As a
say
delivery
New
driver?
Year's. New Year's is usually the ones I have to deal with.
Oh man, St. Patrick's Day, I got offered so many beers.
Oh, I bet.
I got people asking me to stay at their party.
All right then.
The pizza delivery guy, it's like, nah, I gotta go back to work and not lose my job.
Right.
Tempting, but no.
Yeah, tempting.
Yeah, but now since I feel like today is going to be super busy because we have a buffet and it's the day before Halloween, and then Halloween's just going to be miserable, and we have employees that are acting completely like idiots, saying that, I don't want to work.
I don't want to work Halloween. I've got to take my nephew out or whatever.
Or holidays, I thought that was an optional thing.
Right, and it's like you work at a minimum wage food service job. Holidays are not optional.
Well, the food service industry never closes, really, ever.
No.
The one day a year that we're closed is Thanksgiving.
And we
food service
it.
industry sometimes closes for, normal businesses that treat their employees well, but not big corporations.
No, because
they're the worst.
They can make money.
I fucking hate them.
Money. So you can buy more games.
At least we don't work for, are you doing a bit? Is that what you were doing?
What?
Were you doing have you guys seen that? I think he was doing a bit. Have you seen that crack commercial?
No.
Or it's the guy, he's like, I take cocaine so that I can work longer. So that I can make more money. So that I can buy more cocaine. So that I can, it's like just an endless cycle. It sounded like that's what he was doing. He was like, you gotta work so you can buy video games.
I've always heard people do that with, stupid, silly things like, I ride my bike more so I can do, just, shit-eating, save the planet stuff with that kind of cycle.
The only thing to reel us back in, what is really, bothering me right now is that we have some, I can understand if, employees, have their kids and they're oh, I want to take my 3-year-old out trick-or-treating or my 5-year-old trick-or-treating. I'm okay with that. And if you give enough notice and we work around it really well.
There's a policy. It's supposed to be 2 weeks notice for a day off, which most people don't have a problem doing.
So the managers before me and our other manager took over, it was crew had to give him 3 weeks notice. Supervisors for any day off would have to be 2 months in advance. And if you did not do it within 2 months in advance, it's just fuck you. Oh, by the way, I'm taking tomorrow off because I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
That's how it was run.
He was a fucking dick. But, see, I always went through our current manager, who was the assistant manager at the time, and he would just abide by the 2-week policy, which was fine.
Yeah, but now we're having employees are like, well, I wanted to take my niece out, or I wanted to go out on Halloween. I'm like,
and they're telling us
18
3
years old.
days before Halloween.
Well, so me and Tyler are both closing on Halloween when we were not scheduled to close.
Yeah, right. I should not be closing because I'm a manager. That's kind of the one thing why I took management is I don't have to do closes anymore. But I manage the restaurant in between.
At least the person you're closing for gave 3 weeks advance notice.
And again, she has 2 kids.
Right.
I'm okay with that. I don't mind taking a bullet or do a close every now and then.
The person I'm closing for didn't even ask you.
Didn't talk to anyone.
Didn't talk to anyone. Told somebody who came back and said to you, hey, this person needs the day off. Which I think you were excited for because that meant I had to close.
Yeah, now you're stuck with me.
And I would work, but I'm working in the morning because I can't get anyone else to do the morning.
And you have school.
Right, I have school at night, but I've offered to work a split shift, to which the management has gone and it's not because I did get paid more. I don't get paid more for the split shift.
I don't know.
I'm just offering to work because no one else wants to work, and I don't give a fucking shit about Halloween.
But so, literally, yesterday... Was it yesterday? when the one like, hey, you're like.
I was Sunday. It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago. So yeah. So the one thing I can say about Halloween is that as long as it's work appropriate, and that's kind of a big work appropriate, I've had employees kind of show up with like you should not be wearing that. Go home and change.
I remember a couple instances of, oh, that's this is a family establishment.
Yeah,
girl?
there's kids here.
Yeah.
Kind of thing like that. But
Daniel's face is frozen.
When was this?
We'll talk about that later because we can actually throw out names. But so like. I'm trying to encourage everyone to dress up, and this year, I feel like my costume is going to be pretty solid. And you said you just picked up yours.
Yeah,
and Will's just being Will.
I scraped the bottom of the barrel at a Spirit Halloween store and walked away
with something.
It's not as good as my astronaut costume from 2 years ago.
But so, more or less, I'm trying to get everyone to dress up.
As a cowboy. I should go as a cowboy.
I was gonna go as a cowboy. My girlfriend put her foot down
because she knows you'll still be wearing it after Halloween.
Well, I wouldn't have had to spend any money at least.
Oh wow!
You have everything.
My
goodness.
I don't have spurs, so I would have had to buy spurs. But everything else, I can.
So
dig
jeans
up.
are jeans.
Yeah,
I've
jeans
got
are jeans.
I actually have. My dad has them because he bought them in the 70s. When they were still somewhat okay to wear.
Tassel.
No. He's got real cowboy boots, like real nice leather ones. So, and they fit me. I can wear them. And I've worn them before for something. I forget what. I may have gone as a cowboy at some point. I've got a cowboy hat.
Of course you do.
But I would just need a silly shirt, one of those silly cowboy shirts. You know what I'm talking about?
It's
right?
okay. I've got a couple.
But
I've got a couple.
And I'd need a holster and a fake gun to go with it.
I don't know that I would have a fake gun in this climate.
No.
we live in the conservative north of California. A fake gun would be appropriate, I think.
Probably. Or that someone might freak out and just shoot you. Anyways, but so I'm trying to encourage all the employees to dress up and all have somewhat of a fun day because it's going to be miserable and sad regardless. But might as well be dressed up and look like we're having fun. She was the last employee I was talking. I'm like, hey, don't forget since you work Halloween that you can dress up and everything like that. Just make sure it's work appropriate. And she kind of gives me this soft push. She's just like, what do you mean I work Halloween? I'm like, it's this Wednesday. And she kind of she's like, no,
work Wednesdays.
Yeah, she works every Wednesday. And she's like, no, Halloween's an optional day. And I'm like, no, it's not. And I'm like, have you looked at your schedule? And she drops what she was doing and runs back there and looks. And she's like, I was going to take my niece out. This is her first Halloween. And she just was pissed off and butthurt for the rest of the day. And I told her, I'm like, I can try and see if there's anyone that can work it.
And there's
but
no
I
one.
can't promise
There's
her.
no one.
I can't promise you because everyone's working it.
Everyone
except
who's
for the
working
3
who
people.
hasn't already requested it off.
Because they have kids.
Yeah. And it's that's the reason I'm offering to do a split shift. I'll do a split shift. I'll come in at 7:30. Which will be after the main dinner rush, but it'll still help to clean things up and get the store back.
I'll still be busy at 7:30.
You probably will.
So
I think as soon as it gets dark at 7 is when you're going to get really busy.
I hate delivering on Halloween.
Because there's kids everywhere
because
and you don't want to
you
run
have
over?
to seriously drive 5 miles an hour through neighborhoods.
Oh. I haven't delivered.
And then, these kids that are all hopped up on candy that are just
super
sprinting
excited.
Across the street.
I want to go to this
house.
In dark clothing, too. Yeah, it's, I'm not trying to kill no kids.
Well, duh.
But
I've never delivered on Halloween, so I don't know what that's like.
Can I say also about this employee, seeing people die inside is very enjoyable.
Is it just this
you
employee
enjoyed that way too much.
Yeah. Wow, I just I watched her face change from, because she's
bubbly and happy 90% of the time.
I would describe as falsely positive.
She's covering up her depression with way too much happiness.
Yeah.
She just needs to embrace her depression like The Last of Us, where we go,
It's okay, because everyone gets there after 6 months.
Well, doesn't she, every time she asks you how you're doing, you're like, eh. And she's like, why is everybody so, not happy here? It's like, well, work here long enough, you'll find out.
Yeah. Work in food service, you'll know.
But I watched her face, I
think you ran away because you were laughing.
I did. I ran away laughing.
Yeah, that's a hilarious thing you do, is you start laughing, or you think something's real funny, you just run away and pull your hat off the back of your head.
And just like bury your
and
face.
and then you'll be gone for 3 minutes and come back just with a big shit-eating grin on your face.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
But anyways, we've been talking for almost an hour and a half. I have 5 minutes to get ready for work.
Oh. What time is it?
It's
12:30 already. Holy crap.
I have to be at work at 1, and I still need to get everything else ready for myself.
But we were going to talk about your concert.
That could be for next time. That's happening in February.
Oh. That's
fine.
a long ways off.
But
But we were going to talk about Red Dead more.
No.
Red Dead, Red Dead, Red Dead, Red Dead. Thank you for listening
It's
to
funny
the Red
that
Dead
I
podcast.
was not at all interested in Red Dead. I was like, I'm not that excited for it. It'll probably be fine, but whatever.
I was telling you. I was screaming Red Dead from the mountains.
It's true, and I was
Literally.
like, I'm not that excited for Red Dead. It's cool, but I'm not that excited. Now I'm like, this game's amazing.
Yep.
But yeah, like Nato said, thanks for listening to the Red Dead podcast.
See you guys.
I was expecting like a yeehaw from one of you guys.
Oh, yeehaw!
Suck bags.
Bye.
Hey, it's NATO,
And Tyler
with a quick reminder to follow us on Twitter,
at Innislice Podcasts,
on Facebook,
at Innislice Official,
and subscribe to us on YouTube.
at Innislice.
Also, we now post our podcast to Anchor, so you can find us anywhere podcasts are available. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for our outro music, Bummin' on Tremolo.
His music can be found at incompetech.com.
Thanks for listening.
Ooh, pizza.